Welcome to Teen Shenanigans. I'm Hannah.
And I'm Luke.
And Luke is back with us. Get excited. I know it's called Teen Shenanigans, but we just went to all this trouble to make coffee.
But it's delicious
right.
coffee.
It's your coffee.
From the shop, yeah.
That's right. That's right. It's fantastic. Not that that has anything to do with anything, but I thought I'd mention it. You know, transparency and all that. Okay, Luke. A lot has happened since we last spoke, per usual. And do you want me to just do let's call it a fire hose of information?
Sure, the full download.
The full download. Well, actually, what's the last thing you remember us talking about?
Oh,
too far back?
The Invictus Games.
Oh, Lord. Okay, so...
And whether or not Megan would show up for some sort of special event.
Yeah, that's supposed to be next month. We'll see.
Okay.
Do you remember us talking about her new lifestyle brand that she launched?
Yes.
American Riviera Orchard. And I'm saying it like that because it's a very clunky, ridiculous name. Anyways, so that launched, quote unquote, but it's been weeks and weeks and nothing had come of it. The website is still just a landing page to like gather emails and whatever. Well, a couple of days ago, the photos started popping up on various people's like Instagrams and whatever of these jars of jam that she supposedly made. And they're labeled like 7 out of 50, 5 out of 50. Like it's a limited whatever.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Like she made them personally and she sent them to particular people?
We know that there's no way in hell that woman made jam. There's just no way, in my opinion. But that's the bit, right?
I mean, it's possible. It's not that hard.
Anything is possible. Not everything is probable. Okay. Anyways, so everyone thinks it's funny because it's strawberry jam, supposedly, even though it doesn't say that on the label. It doesn't tell you what it is. I just thought that was really funny. But anyway, so that's her first product, But the thing that I find humorous about this is that after she launched that, do you know of King Charles has, I guess it's the High Grove Estate or whatever, and they grow a lot of stuff on the property and whatever. Okay, so they sell products that are made out of things that they grow and all this. Well, he has a strawberry jam, organic strawberry jam. They sold out.
It's the Jam Wars?
Yes, it's the War of the Jams. Goodness. It's no longer the War of the Roses or the whatever. It's the War of the Jams. That's where we've come in royalty now, is you have
battling brands.
Yes. It's really a sad state of affairs if you think about it. They're all just out merching things. Well, it's mostly Harry and Meghan, but you get what I'm saying. Anyway, so that's what's going on. But and then additionally okay, so in addition to that, apparently it's being reported that Martha Stewart is ticked off that people are they're kind of like comparing Meghan to her. You have Martha Stewart, who is the queen of lifestyle and all of that, like, I'm going to show you how to throw a party and do fancy things and whatever. That's been her life for however many decades, She is
the empire that is Martha Stewart.
That's it. She's the empress. She's not even a queen. She is the empress of all things lifestyle. And then you have this 2-bit, I don't know, con artist and Meghan Markle who thinks she's just going to launch a lifestyle brand and immediately be like a Martha Stewart. Come on. So I can understand Martha Stewart being a little bit like, are you kidding me? You're comparing me to her? Really? That's the talk. I think it's hilarious. I don't know. What do you think?
I think she should go for it.
I can't
just get out there and just try her hardest.
You mean Meghan?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that reminds me. Okay, so her website, AmericanRivieraOrchard.com,
which is somewhat like visually evocative, but I'm not sure what it's supposed to mean.
That's the thing. No one knows. Okay, we get it. Santa Barbara, that area is, I guess, sometimes, and I didn't really know.
Californian Riviera.
Yeah.
I mean, then it's like perfect weather.
The orchard thing, like they have orchards on their property, but like.
So it's personal.
It sounds like something that was generated by ChatGPT.
Well, that's also possible.
Anyways.
It could be real personal and heartfelt, or it could be ChatGPT.
Yeah, it could be. Very likely. Okay, so some very industrious person purchased, and I can't believe that Markle didn't think to do this. I mean, it blows me away. She didn't think to purchase American Riviera Orchard.uk or .co.uk or whatever. So that domain, somebody purchased that domain, and on there they linked. It links to another page, which is a fundraiser for some charity, I think, that's affiliated with the royal family or something to do with, I think like food banks or hunger initiative or something like that. It's so funny.
So it's another battle in the jam wars.
Sort of. I mean, I would kill to know, not kill YouTube. It's a figure of speech. I would really love to know who this person was or is that took the initiative to do that. Let me see. Okay, look, it says, I'm showing you, forgiveness permission, please donate to the Trussell Trust. I'm an American, I have no idea what that is. But it takes you to this. Look, see? And the donations.
Sure this isn't a scam.
No, it's not. It's not. Look at this. Look. Look, this is not Meghan, but hopefully Meghan wouldn't mind. Thoughts with Catherine, Princess of Wales, and His Majesty the King.
But still, who are these people?
I don't know.
And where is this money going?
The Trussell Trust, apparently, like I say, it's some kind of food bank thing. And
we're sure it's real.
According to the many reports that have been done on it. It's a website called Just Giving, which I suppose is like what's that other one called? The fundraising website. GoFundMe. Yeah. Okay. I think that's what it is. That's what it seems like to me.
Well, I hope that their, charitable efforts are going really well. That's and that this is helping them.
And some people have said, and I agree with this, finally, Meghan Markle has actually done something for charity. Like really done something. And they didn't have to, buy her wardrobe or pay for her private jet.
Collateral support.
Exactly. Oh my gosh.
Charity by accident. Which isn't that the best kind?
Oh, it absolutely is. Okay, so moving along, have you heard that Prince Harry has now changed his residence to the United States?
Really? Well, I mean, they've been living here so long that
right, but it's just and it's backdated. This paperwork that he did for whatever the organization is that he's affiliated with. I can't remember what it's called. Or which one. It's one of those where he's like on the board but probably doesn't actually do anything and gets paid for it.
Wasn't there something some sort of controversy about how he got
his visa
and all that? Is that connected to this?
Well, I think so. Some other people think so because this paperwork is backdated to the day that they were evicted from Frogmore Cottage, which was their residence in the UK. And it says that on that day he, officially changed his residence to the United States, but that's been over a year ago. So it's funny that now all of a sudden they're, making that known or whatever.
Interesting.
And it's also interesting with the whole visa scandal that's going on. And I call it a scandal because it is.
Preferential treatment for someone who is rich and famous.
Yeah. I mean, there are people, I don't think it's been released yet because they're still it's still being fought out in the courts. The Heritage Foundation is basically demanding that his visa paperwork be made public to confirm that there hasn't been special treatment. Given the fact that, he's admitted to doing all these hard drugs and want to know whether or not he told the truth about that, and if he didn't, then that's a problem. And if he did, it's like, okay, so why was the guy allowed to just come right on in when other people have been denied?
To skip the line?
Exactly. And the answer to that, people, this is the answer, okay? Are you ready? Are you sitting down? It's monumental. And I'm not being condescending to our listeners. It's to all the people that these like talking heads that are like, we just can't imagine like what. It's because he is the son of the King of England, one of the, if not the strongest ally of the United States. And it doesn't matter how stupid or self-absorbed or annoying he is, as long as he is the son of the king, he will be able to do whatever he wants and get away with whatever he wants because of the aforementioned thing I just said. There you go. You're welcome. You're welcome. It's done. That's it. So I don't know
that there are limits on that.
Not so far.
Not so far.
Elaborate,
but
please.
He hasn't actually done anything yet, like that would, need him to have that to get out of it. I mean, like not since they've been here recently.
Well, maybe not. Well, we'll see what goes on with the Diddy thing.
With the whole, kind of tension in the family and them being kind of thrown out. I mean, I wonder how far the afterglow of being a active member of the royal family how far that will get you.
I mean, yeah. I just can't imagine that he doesn't just have moments where he sits and thinks to himself, what on earth have I done? What have I done? Because they've taken this thing so far. He's as much of an active participant as she is. I don't think there's any way, just because of public opinion, because of all the stuff he's done and said, I really don't think there's any way he could ever go back and be an active member of his family. I don't see it. I just don't.
I just had a thought that it could actually be a brilliant plan.
Oh, please don't. What?
Like, think about it. If you were someone who really didn't want to be a part of all of that and who didn't want to be, in the spotlight all the time, if you just kind of publicly throw it all away and then make yourself really unpopular and look like you're, trying to be like some sort of social media personality or something. And then what if you just you're all unpopular and everything and you just stop? Could you just go and be a normal person after that? Because, you've already done all the things that people got all upset about and you're not an active member anymore. And now you can just kind of disappear and live in your mansion.
Oh, yeah.
All that.
I 100% think they could be doing that right now if they wanted to.
I know. I'm just wondering, what if that's the long-term plan?
Well, I think you're onto something.
I don't think that would be her thing.
No, I think that's the story or the picture that she painted for him and said, this is what we can have. We can go, be away from the whatever. And I could be I'm spitballing here.
We can be real people.
But I would not be surprised if that was part of her pitch to him. And the whole time she's thinking, we're not really going to do any of that. I'm going to be an influencer. And then they go over there and it's a clown show. And, they keep doing all this wild stuff to stay relevant because she wants to, rival Martha Stewart or whatever half-brained, half-witted scheme she's going after this week. And which keeps them from living this quiet, normal that they could be doing. They could have gone out there. They could have moved to California in their Olive Garden looking mansion. And we very likely would not have heard another word about them. Not to speak of.
Could have been who is it? A member of the Swedish royal family who lives off and on in Florida.
Is it Crown Princess? Is it Victoria? I think that's right. Anyway, even though they are moving back to Sweden, but yeah, they've lived here for years, very quietly,
and no one's going to bother them.
No one cares.
The paparazzi might show up once every year or so.
Not really. No. Because they're just living their lives. They're not out looking for attention. And I get it. The royal family of Sweden is not as big of a deal. I'm sorry. As the UK, everybody knows, at least in the United States, I'm speaking for Americans. Everyone loves the Brits. I include myself in that, obviously. It's not that I don't love the Swedes. They're great. And their monarchy is very interesting. But that family, it's not as much interest. Same exposure. They're not going to be on front of the tabloids in the grocery store. It's just, unless they did something really how the Dutch were in the news for a little while, but it was a big thing that had to happen for that to make international news. But you get my point. I don't want to belabor it. But yeah, they could have been very normal. They don't want she. I don't know about him, but she does not. Her whole, I've said this before. Many other people have made this point. Her entire purpose, her one goal in life, I believe, has been to be as famous as possible, regardless of what she's famous for or whatever. It's to be as famous as possible and have as much money as possible. That's what I think. It's interesting because I can't remember who said this. I would love to give credit. Somebody was talking about, and people have made this point before, that some people say she's dumb and she does all this stupid stuff. No. You don't go from a nobody and a 2-bit actress to married into the most, well-known royal family in the world without being quite intelligent and cunning. And I've said before, I don't think she's as smart as she believes she is, but she's clearly not stupid. And to that point, I think it's a good thing to keep in mind when you're talking about Meghan Markle. She's not stupid. And like I said, you can't be stupid to achieve what she's achieved. It's not about whether she's intelligent or not, in my opinion. It's that she's the sort of person who is so morally bankrupt that she is willing to do many, many things that other people who are more intelligent, whatever, that for, moral reasons, they're not willing to do it. I personally think she's willing to do whatever she has to do to get what she wants. And therein lies her, let's call it secret sauce. That's how she's gotten where she is. It's not about being, super intelligent or dumb or whatever. You can debate that. It's because she's willing to do all the things. That's what we're talking about here. I know I got really dark and deep with that one, but I've never really heard anyone make that point that it's like, sure, she's clearly smart, but it's not about that. It's that she is, she's lacking in some, help me here. She has no scruples. That's what I think. Speaking of
she's willing to throw everything at the wall and see what sticks.
Speaking of sticks and whatever, did you hear that Meghan and Harry were in Wellington? I think, was that last week over in Palm Beach?
Oh,
polo.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of polo.
I saw. Well, they're filming some new thing for Netflix having to do with polo. Which, can you get more like white elitist than polo?
Hey,
I just think it's so funny because she plays the race card on a regular basis. Like, oh, I'm a strong, independent woman of color. Like, okay, but then you're gonna go. They look like the most just privileged, rich white people you have ever seen in your life prancing around in this polo field. I thought it was so funny. Don't I have nothing against polo. Don't get me wrong. I don't care. That's fine. I just thought the optics were so funny to me. But I told Mustafa, for those of you who are listening, you know exactly who that is, our executive producer and my lovely husband. But anyway, I saw the news report and I was like, oh my gosh, they are so close to us right now. Like, it's too close for comfort. Like, ew. They're a very short drive away, and that just makes me uncomfortable. Anyway, so you didn't see any of that?
No.
Oh my goodness. People say that it was all just staged for this special that they're filming. There really weren't that many people there, and it wasn't no type of thing.
I don't really keep up with polo. When is it polo season?
I have no idea. I knew when they said Wellington, I knew exactly. I didn't have to read the article because I knew there's a polo field at least, maybe more than one, because Dad's old college buddy is a big polo guy, and I know that he's played over there before. So I thought, it's got to be something like that. And again, I have no shade against polo. It's not that. It's just that these two that prop themselves up as being all like, normal, approachable, whatever. And then they're just so pretentious. Oh my gosh. Anyways.
Although out of all of the, sports that you could go and watch, polo sounds interesting because, there are horses. It's kind of like soccer or hockey, but with horses.
I've never been to a match. I would love to. I think it's so interesting. I mean, that it looks like a really difficult sport. Personally, I wouldn't try to do it. Heck no. You're not catching me doing that.
Also, polo, invented in China. So,
is there anything that wasn't invented in China?
There are a few things.
I feel like this has been since we were kids. It's like, did you know this was invented in China? This originally, I was like, really, Luke, everything comes from China. Really? I know you like the Chinese culture and history, but give me a break. I remember the day you told me that, was it pasta was invented in China? Then we were really young kids. Don't get me, and I was like, oh, please. Everyone knows the Italians invented pasta. How do we get onto that? I don't know. Anyway, I don't want this to be a super long episode. So those are that's the tea currently. There's darker things that are going on with Harry's, that whole African Park scandal thing. You remember that? Did we talk about that before? Maybe it was probably Mustafa and I.
I'm not remembering it for some reason.
Anyway, there's there's more news with that. There was abuse of some of the native people that were involved with this particular organization, of which Harry was president for a while, and he's still involved in it. And there was horrible things that went on with these people. Mm-hmm. And, he never said anything about it, never attempted to do anything about it, and whatever.
Is this just a bunch of parks, or is this a particular park?
I think it's a particular park. See,
is it one of the ones in Kenya, or
I think so.
Okay,
it's called African Park. I don't know. I didn't prep for this. I didn't really want to talk about it too much. All I know is that my point is that it's still out there, so it's still kind of percolating the scandal, and of course, as yet, he's no one. People like us, other YouTubers and anti Harry and Meghan people, they talk about it, but everyone else just kind of has let it slide, and a lot of it was abuse towards women. And you have Meghan, who's this like, I'm such a feminist and supporter of women, and doesn't say a word about it. Which again, when you have a platform like that, that's the time to use it to bring attention to these things. Mm-hmm. Does she do that? No. We're gonna go to a polo match instead. I did notice something. I don't know anything about polo, but I saw a photo of her and I thought to myself, I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to wear 6-inch heels to a polo field. I
don't know. That sounds on brand
for her, but I'm just saying, I don't know that that's the
just
etiquette.
For the like super wealthy, lovely polo match.
I've since learned that I believe it's customary or appropriate to wear wedges or something. I don't know. I saw it and I thought, I guarantee you that's going to turn out to be something she's not supposed to do, but she does it anyway because it gets attention. And here we are talking about it.
Okay.
Isn't that exciting? I know. See, these are the things I spend my day, reading about or whatever. Not the whole day. I promised. I have a child.
And a job.
Yeah, whatever.
2 jobs.
At least.
Yeah. 3 now.
3.
Oh my God.
I know.
Yeah. 3 jobs. Child.
We're not counting this.
Then the podcast.
This is just for fun. Yeah.
That's why we're so bad at doing these regularly.
I know. I would love to do this like every day or multiple times a week, let's say, but life being what it is. Anyway, you guys don't care about that. Enough of my problems. Anyways, okay. So I know you asked if there was anything going on with other royals besides the Brits. And unfortunately, the only other thing I can think of, and it's not really tea or shenanigans, it's interesting. There was a big state dinner kind of event with a bunch of different royals. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Ooh, who's hosting?
It was in, oh my goodness. Let me find it. I shouldn't have mentioned it if I didn't know what I was talking about. Good Lord. Let's see. Oh, Amsterdam.
Oh, okay.
It was a state banquet in the Netherlands. Okay. I just remember because I saw all these photos with a bunch of different like kings and I was like, why are they all together? And they're all decked out with their tiaras and all this stuff. Yeah. So that was cool because you had the king and queen of Spain. You had of course, the king and queen of the Netherlands, Queen Maxima. I think it's a cool name, Maxima. And whatnot. There were some others. I don't remember who all was there, but it made for lovely pictures and whatnot. So that's a positive, non Harry and Meghan thing that went on.
Kind of a get together with everybody.
Yeah, just a nice little low key dinner.
What was it for?
That's a good question. It's just they keep referring to it
for a particular
as a
head of state
banquet. But yeah, that's all the things. And this is so random because I'm just scrolling, looking at some of the pictures. I saw something the other day. Did you know that with I should fact check this first, but I saw something that claimed that with the Spanish royals, the only person that's allowed to walk in front of the king, who in this case would be King Philippe, is the heir to the throne.
Oh.
What's her name? Infanta.
Leonora?
Yeah, that might be Leonore.
Leonore.
The other one is Sophia. Is that right?
Not sure.
See, I should know this. But yeah, you're right. I think you're right about the oldest. I just thought that was funny because, and then there was a bunch of clips of her doing, like walking. I guess when they're done with whatever, she walks in front and everybody else has to
Wait.
Her mother and everything. I don't know, little things like that, they fascinate me. Like, where did that tradition originate? I'm sure someone knows, but and I don't know that that's not the tradition with every monarchy, so that stuff it fascinates me. It lives rent free in my head,
all the individual traditions of the different families and houses.
I think it's so cool. But and of course, as we sit here, no real news on the Princess of Wales, other than I heard Lady C the other day say that her sources tell her that things are progressing well, and she's doing as well as she can be expected, given the circumstances and all that. But it sounds to me like we're not going to see her for a while,
which is understandable.
Totally understandable. Completely. I mean, I'm not seeing anything otherwise, but it's gonna be interesting to see how the royals of Montecito, the former royals of Montecito, continue to take advantage of the not power vacuum, but kinda, you get what I'm saying? The attention vacuum.
Yeah.
Because they will. Although Prince William and Prince George were seen recently at a was it a football match or soccer game, depending on which side of the Atlantic you fall. It was a sporting event of some kind, but I only noticed because it was like his first outing since the
announcement.
Yeah. And everyone, I noticed they seem to be, I mean, people like that, they're raised to behave a certain way in public and mask feelings and stuff, but they seem to be genuinely enjoying themselves, and which, I mean, that says to me that the princess is probably doing well, because otherwise they wouldn't be out, and I doubt they'd be enjoying themselves if it was rough at home. But I don't want to speculate too much. It seems like a positive to me is all I'm saying. But anyways, I hate to say it, but that's what we have as the tea for today. There's always more, but I think I'm just going to leave it there. And we'll do another, because I don't want to overwhelm you. I feel like I frequently do that.
These are the only times when I hear like any of this information.
I know. Oh, okay. There was also, I don't know if this is going to mean anything to you, but there was, who David Beckham is?
Soccer player?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the most famous British whatever. His wife, Victoria Beckham, who was one of the Spice Girls, who has lived a completely different life and reinvented herself since then. I mean, she's like a fashion icon. She designed one of the newer Range Rovers, whatever. They have an empire. I mean, that whole family is extremely impressive, in my opinion, business-wise and whatever. They are the A-list of the A-list. You get where I'm going with this? So they used to be friendly and on good terms with Harry and Meghan, as you might imagine. And there was a falling out after supposedly Meghan was leaking negative stories about her, saying things that weren't true or something. Anyway, it was
there was a falling out.
classless behavior. I mean, we're all shocked, right? Falling out, not really friends anymore. Anyway, Victoria Beckham had her 50th birthday party. Maybe it was Saturday night, a couple days ago now. And guess who wasn't invited? Yeah. Anyway, people pay such close attention to that stuff. There were whole articles written about it. Harry and Meghan were not included. And then there were, in the comments, I saw people saying, yeah, she's not going to get invited to the Met Gala either. Again. Like, my point is, all these A-list things that come and go, like Jeff Bezos, Amazon guy, had a big party recently, and like everybody who's anybody was there. I'm talking like every big name person you can imagine, and of course they weren't invited to that either. So everyone's just kind of like, dude, listen, because they go around and they try to act like they're these big movers and shakers in Hollywood. They're the A-list. They left the royal family. Now they're going to be over there schmoozing with, Tom Cruise, except they're not, because Tom Cruise is buddies with Prince William. But anyways, it's funny to me because they're over there just kind of schlepping it in Montecito, supposedly making 50 jars of jam. And everybody else, all the other real A-list people, they're going to these parties and, events and stuff. And
I cannot even imagine
Harry and Meghan get left at home.
I don't know, that world or that culture of like the people who, oh, did you get invited to whatever party or whatever?
Yeah, like who cares?
I cannot even imagine.
But the thing is, they care. It matters to those people. That is their lifeblood. Anyway, okay, as I said, I'm gonna leave it there. I think that's enough tea and shenanigans for today. Thank you all for listening, for joining us, for me listening to me overwhelm Luke as I typically do with these things, with these nonsensical things, but very important. It is very important we talk about these things. It just is. Take my word for it. All right. That's it. As usual, like, share, subscribe, all the things. Check out, if you're interested, of course, check out our original podcast, The Royal Chronicles, which is on Spotify, Amazon Music, and pretty much we're uploading all the newer episodes to YouTube also. So yeah, join us again next time for more. What is it that I usually say? Gossip or whatever from all corners of the royal globe. I got to remember that so I can say it without dancing around it.
Write it down for you.
I need to write it on my hand. I have a note right here. Okay, enough jabbering. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you next time.
Bye.